I'm so sick to death of these bullshit videos saying that you can lose belly fat in 1 week and people putting up these misleading thumbnails trying to imply that you can rapidly lose it in 1 week just to get some views. I'd rather have fewer subscribers and tell you the truth about how long you should expect it to take to lose a significant amount of belly fat, and I'm going to give you some realistic tips that means you can actually stick to it and lose that belly fat for good. Let's go. Here's a simple way to measure your expectations around losing belly fat so that you actually are setting yourself up for success. Lower your expectations in terms of how quickly it's going to happen. Anything in life that takes a lot of effort, that is a massive achievement. If someone's fluent in a language, you think they're doing Duolingo for a week and then they're getting fluent. Any meaningful relationship you've got in life, if you want a husband or a wife, you want to get married, is that going to happen overnight? Of course not. If I want a meaningful relationship and I walk up to a girl at a bar and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Decaf Dan, I'm just looking for a bang," is it gonna actually lead to me developing a long-term relationship? Of course not. You can't just rush the process and jump 5 steps ahead. You know, if you're looking for a relationship, it's gonna take a period of time, get to know someone, actually introduce yourself properly, go on a few dates, figure each other out. It takes time to build that connection. And the same is true with business. If anyone that's built a massive business or built a physique, it takes years of consistency and putting actual effort in, I'm afraid. I get it, you're frustrated, you feel like you want rapid results, everyone wants it to be happening quicker than it actually is. And I felt the same. In lockdown, I was really unhappy with my shape, really unhappy in my job. I was in a rut in life. I felt miserable and I couldn't really visualize where I wanted to get to. I wanted to get into fitness. I wanted to do that for my passion and for my work, but I didn't know how to make that step and I felt quite overwhelmed. Now, what actually got me out of that rut was just putting one foot in front of the other in terms of nailing the basics around consistent weight training, fixing my diet, having more protein, getting to bed on time, reducing my alcohol intake. These are the boring basics that actually pay off in the long term, and this is how I've gone from being really unhappy with my shape to building a physique, building a business, enjoying more purpose to my work. And if I can do it, I'm here to tell you that you can do the same. Trust me, if you put this into practice and you get consistent and stick with the process, when you do lose body fat, it's going to transform your confidence. The self-esteem that you have, the confidence that you hold yourself with is then going to translate to other areas of your life. To lose belly fat in 1 week, you're going to need quite a big calorie deficit. If this is the number of calories that you are burning and this is the number of calories you're consuming, that's probably a good representation of how aggressive you're going to have to go. Whereas if you are more sustainable with your fat loss approach in a longer term, you're probably going to be able to go more like a 500 calorie deficit, which is a bit more sustainable. In this example, the number of calories you're burning per day, you can influence this by having a high protein diet, doing more weight training or cardio, increasing your step count, and changing the number of calories you're burning in this top 30%. The remaining 70% is going to be bodily functions, just maintaining your body weight at rest if you just lay in that bed over there and you don't do anything all day. The top 30% of that, which you can then increase, is going to really help you with creating that calorie deficit. So realistically, you're going to have to increase your steps, increase your cardio a fair amount for this short period of time. Use half a kilo or a pound a week. You need a 500 calorie deficit per day, which is 3,500 calories across a week. Quick maths. It doesn't matter how you spread this. You can have some higher calorie day, lower calorie days. As long as you are in that total deficit across a week, that's how you lose half a kilo. If you're looking to go more aggressive and you want to lose 1 kilo in a week, you're going to have to go to a 7,000 calorie deficit across a week. So 1,000 calories below your maintenance for a week. The way that you can create this 1,000 calorie deficit is going to be increasing steps and cardio and then going quite aggressive in terms of lowering your carb intake, keeping protein high, which means that you'll maintain your muscle mass when you're in a deficit if your protein is high enough at 1 gram per pound of your body weight or 2.2 grams per kilo of your body weight per day. It's not going to be the most fun week of your life, is it? If you're trying to strip off this much body fat and you're taking a break from alcohol, you're probably going to go on a night out on the waters or lemonade. It's probably not the booze, but it's worth it in the short term if you're just looking to strip off a lot of belly fat quickly and then make it more sustainable after that. In my experience with this sort of aggressive diet, it is a bit of a boring period of time. I did feel tired a lot of the time doing this much cardio, trying to maintain my weight training, relying on caffeine in the morning to get through my workouts, and then saving calories for later in the day. You are going to have to restrict your diet. Yeah, it is tough, but you know, maybe it's worth it in the short term if you just want to get in and out. Good rule of thumb on here and any social media platform is if you're hearing the same basic tips being repeated about how you get in shape, it's probably the truth. Anyone overcomplicating stuff for you is probably trying to sell your program or make things harder for you, when in actual fact, if you just nail these following steps that I tell you, you will get results. Most people struggle with the application of it, not the theory of knowing what to do. So the first thing you need to do is track your calories in MyFitnessPal, or use intermittent fasting and a way of controlling your portions. But for most people, when they start out, it's good to get an understanding of food, tracking your calories in MyFitnessPal. If your body weight is not moving down on average, by which I mean take a daily weigh-in first thing in the morning and then look at averages, over 2 weeks, if it doesn't come down, decrease your calories by 200, increase steps and cardio, go again. All you need to be doing over time is weight training consistently 3 times a week, following some form of structured training program. If you DM me the word plan on Instagram, link in bio, I'll just send you a free plan, which is going to be better than one you can probably pay for online anyway. And then once you're sticking to that gym plan over time, you're going to then create changes in shape by pushing the weights up. You then get the leaner, toned physique if you're pairing that with a calorie deficit diet with a high protein intake. Because when you go into a deficit, if your protein is not high enough, you're going to strip off muscle and fat, which we don't want. We want to lose fat and maintain our muscle mass. If you follow these steps with tracking calories, adjusting calories when your weight's not coming down, taking progress pictures, measuring your performance in the gym, and having these good habits around going to bed on time, sleeping more than Margaret Thatcher used to, you know, not doing the no sleep for winners, because that's just going to burn you out and you're not going to stick to your diet. If you do all these boring basics over time, promise you'll see results. If you found this no-nonsense approach to getting in shape and losing belly fat good, then drop the video a like please, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I look forward to seeing you on the next video for more no bullshit tips. See you later.